South African lion eats poacher, leaving just his head. Finally, a good news story. Hashtag yummy for my tummy. Let's get that trending. What actually happened? A lion ate a man's body and left his head at the scene. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? On one hand, we've got these lions we love so much, and on the other hand, you've got a poacher. But that actually represents, that's a human life, and unfortunately, like, thoughts and prayers go out. Thoughts and prayers to the friends and family of the lion. Hopefully they didn't suffer any indigestion or tummy upset. The amazing rando, you my friend, you really thought about that tweet. You were like, how can I just dig this home and really twist? Here's how the story goes. The BBC first published it. Well, they weren't the first to publish it, but they made it blow up, the whole story. South African lion eats poacher, leaving just his head. Poacher, this is the thing, it's not actually confirmed. He's suspected poacher. The animals left behind, some body parts were found over the weekend at the game. Blah, blah. The victim was poaching in the game park when he was attacked. They ate his body, nearly all of it, and just his head and some remains. This is the most heartwarming story of the year. It should happen every day. Oh God. We should set them loose in the White House and end this now. There's so much Donald Trump hate, it's ridiculous. Just like you and us, we're reading these comments, laughing our heads off. But at the end of the day, a human has died, and that's a terrible thing to happen. I'll spare you the gore, there is none, because there's no photos and there's no videos of this incident. Nothing's been published or released. You can see lots of previous history of like lions attacking, and I think there's a few fake ones. Some of the comments here are a bit disturbing. Most poachers do that because they are poor and no source of income. If you would live in a country that is about to hit day zero, I just got word of this, in South Africa, in Cape Town, supposedly the city is running out of water. Pretty ridiculous in this day and age. Too much population and they haven't had the infrastructure. But that's a whole nother topic. He wouldn't poach if there wouldn't be a market for it. There is a bigger picture than one dead poacher. This is true. This is why I'm making this video. We always hear stories it's the other way around. A lion gets killed. Someone chops off a rhino horn. That's all we hear. This is now, I think, the internet's chance to respond to something that's in our favor. All the comments are like, yeah, go the Lions. Well done, mate. This stuff's not affecting us because it's not local. We don't know them, not friends and family. That person has it, maybe a kid, has a wife. He's trying to make a living. Okay, in those countries, the economy isn't as good as in Western. Okay, how instead of poaching, can poachers do a different job that earns them like pretty much the same amount of money, but doesn't involve killing an animal? Please, dear God, let it be Donald Trump Jr. Standing ovation. This is just ridiculous. Prior to this, we're going back maybe a day. This is like literally the first index of Google was by some South African Swatana. Here's an interesting one right for you. The owner of the reserve, who identified himself as Josh, said he was told not to speak to the media or allow anyone inside because the police investigation was still underway. Josh, if you're watching this video, please, tell us the truth. That's all we want. We just want the truth. Was the guy a poacher or was he not? That's literally it. As long as we know that, then maybe more people will feel sympathy for the guy figuring out that he wasn't a poacher. A local worker who works nearby a nature reserve described the area as a lion territory. If you walk into a lion's territory, I think shit's gonna go down. I find it hard to feel any sympathy for the poacher. Sympathy. Police suspect the poacher had dandruff as they found his head and shoulders at the scene. Ba-dum-bum. In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion eats tonight. Dinner is served. There are actually nice comments like, wow, I knew humans could be so heartless, but literally every single comment that's still surprising me. It's almost as if we're actually receiving glorified joy and happiness in our lives via the painful death of another human being. This is like one of those catch-22 things where no matter what side you pick, you're gonna be wrong in some stage. You can't please everyone. Right now, from my perspective, I'm all about wildlife conservation, and me being so many thousands of miles away, It doesn't really affect me. If I was living in that town and I was the son or friends or family or anything like that, I would be on the edge of death as well. I'd be grieving. This is a horrible situation. While poaching is a heinous crime and should be viewed as such, nothing is more precious than a human life. Okay guys, honestly, I don't know if this video is happy, sad, or morbid, or what it is, but for the sake of YouTube, it's like, if you learned something, if you thought my conversation or debate or whatever this random video was, if you liked it, hit that like button, then more people get to see it and hear about the lions. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. I really don't care. You watched it to this end anyway, so that's good enough for me. And this is the first kind of news story-esque video I've made. So if you want to see more, follow on that journey, hit that subscribe button. And if you've got anything to add, you know what to do. Comment below, go crazy. Comment on all those, everything. There's just so many lion puns to be had here. I feel like there's going to be a lot of backlash with this video in comments.